Andrew Flint is a football journalist. He has decided to visit every single World Cup host city by car. Now that's from Siberia all the way to the Black Sea. 40,000 kilometres he's been travelling with by car. He's had lots of things to contend with. I think he's been stuck in traffic jams. He's meeting crazy fans. He's even had some cows along the way. Take a look.
Just so you've got an idea what I'm driving on. This is a motorway between two of the biggest cities in Russia. Just have a look at that. Madness. Well, I'm about 500 kilometres from Volgograd, and once again, the cows are here. One of the joys of motorway travelling in Russia are these absolutely enormous traffic jams.
He's an absolute nutter, but my word, he's entertaining.
Andrew is now in Rostov ahead of the Uruguay-Saudi Arabia game and joins me now. Andrew, we've been bringing our viewers a sense of the celebration and the excitement here in Moscow. Are people in the rest of Russia also enjoying this World Cup, having a great time, celebrating the Russian victories too?
Absolutely. I mean, last night, walking away from the fan fest, the street that was closed down outside was just flooded with people. And it's a very pleasant atmosphere, but it's much livelier than anything I've ever seen here before, for obvious reasons. It's the World Cup, but the excitement is just growing and growing and growing. And a lot of it is to do with how well Russia are doing themselves.
And would you say, Andrew, they're now confident and optimistic about the chances for Russia?
I'm not sure quite how optimistic it's possible to be, given how pessimistic most Russian fans have been. But there is that sense of, caught up in the moment. Last night, fans were chanting Artyom Dzyuba's name after his brilliant goal. He's not been in favour in recent years, but people are still turning round now. So, yeah, I think there is a lot more optimism. It's not hard to be more optimistic than they were before, so that helps, definitely.
Andrew, it's an absolutely epic journey that you're making, 40,000 kilometres you're travelling. What do you think's been the biggest challenge so far?
Oh, God, it's the biggest challenge has been finding sleep, I think. A lot of motorway motels are dotted along the routes, and some of them are great, some of them are slightly less than great, shall we say. So finding a place to park the car, and occasionally I have to sleep the night in the car, that's been tough. But the roads between Samara and Volgograd were so bad that I was driving normal speed, but the fastest drive was only 20 kilometres an hour. That was the most they could travel on that patch of road. So the sleep certainly is number one. Secondly, some of the roads. So it's been a bit of a challenge for that.
Yeah, I've had a few problems with sleep as well, just because the city here in Moscow doesn't sleep, Andrew. The partying goes on all night. It's so noisy, as you can imagine. Yeah. Which city do you think has been transformed the most by the World Cup and some of the money, the stadiums, the things that have changed in the city as a result?
Well, I mean, I spend a lot of time in Yekaterinburg, the furthest east city, during the regular season. I report on Russian Premier League games there, and the roads they were absolutely dreadful. They were worse than any roads I've seen anywhere, and I've been through some very poor areas of Latin America in my time, and the roads there have been hugely improved. There's an old saying in Russia: there are two problems, idiots and roads, one caused the other, and it's very, very true. But in Yekaterinburg, it's tied up. It's a lot easier to navigate nowadays. I'm yet to see some of the other cities during the World Cup itself, so I'm looking forward to seeing how they've changed. But Yekaterinburg certainly has benefits.
Okay, Andrew, good to see you. Continue to enjoy the rest of your journey, I hope.